Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me on my program. I appreciate you wherever you are connecting from. If you are joining me from any part of the world, I thank you very much for your contributions on this channel. Please kindly subscribe if you have not subscribed, and also click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. In this channel, I bring information to your doorstep. I bring news from all channels, from every angle. Things that have to do about the world, things that have to do about Africa, more especially Nigeria. I bring it to your doorstep, some information that you ignore, some information that you cannot be able to come across. I look for them, I bring it to your doorstep for you to see. Every video you see on this channel is for educational purpose.
What is the worth, what is the value of a Nigerian life?
Well, I think the life of a Nigerian is worth the life of any person. But I think what we should be asking, what value do we as Nigerians or as government attach to the Nigerian life? That's where the question is. Is the government doing sufficiently enough to protect lives and property? Because the primary purpose of government is welfare and security of the people. So it becomes a puzzle, more so when there has been this continuous and constant attack on individuals. But it came to a head yesterday when these attackers went to the church and killed a lot of innocent worshippers. It becomes very worrisome, and with the spate of condemnations from international bodies, from well-meaning Nigerians, politicians, religious leaders, show that we are unanimous. Nigerians and the world over are unanimous in condemning this dastardly act. I want to possibly review the situation before this attack. I recall that I think it was on the 1st or 2nd of this month that the former Deputy Director General of the State Security Service, General Togun, who is incidentally the chairman of Amotekun in Oyo State, raised an alarm that the foreign herdsmen have flooded the whole of southwest bushes, and that any moment from now they will start attacking individuals. I'm also aware that this is in the domain of the intelligence service, that these people are out there, but why Ondo State? That brings to the issue of, that the governor of Ondo State has been in the forefront of fighting these headers. First of all, he said they should leave all their forests and flush out the forests. He has been in the forefront of criticizing. In fact, he spearheaded this issue of Amotekun, the regional security outfit, that has been, to my mind, been effective, which we accounted to the relative peace that was being enjoyed in Ondo State. You recall before this time, several cases of kidnap involving the former secretary to government, Falai, who was a prominent Yoruba, and killing of several people before the introduction of Amotekun, which stabilized the place a little. And I also recall the issue of the prelate.
Okay. And what he said?
What he said that he experienced, and that these people were going to be attacking. So it's not as if they were not available information or intelligence to curtail this. But that as security agencies are planning, these people are equally planning to counter the existence. One wouldn't have expected that they should go to the church on a Sunday, even though we have had issues of attacks on churches, like the Madala incident in Niger State. It's a message they are sending One, to bring the war to
the doorstep of the
to
government.
doorstep of the governor who has been spearheading this. But I think.
But
will not succeed.
you have said there were warnings before. But taking a look at how they entered into the church, the church is it's not in the forest. These people moved. So that means there was no security on ground. Even the villagers couldn't ask questions to say, these are strange faces, where are they going to?
Well, that's a very critical question, because if you recall that when these attacks started in the north here, Abuja, Madala, and
yes,
we all became very conscious.
Yes.
And placing security measures, checking in churches, mosques, supermarkets, everywhere. They were, you raised the consciousness of the people, and they tried to take the security in their hands. Because there is no way government can provide the security, even though it's primary purpose of government for them, for many reasons. One, what is the strength of our police? United Nations figure is 400 to 1 policeman. How many do we have?
400
we have
to 155.
less than 400.
Yes.
And you recall that the former chairman of the Police Service Commission raised an alarm that we have over 150,000 posted to individuals for VIP protection. So what is left? In addition to ill-equipped police force, they don't have the capacity to deal with this situation. It's not alone in the police or security agencies. Generally, there is decay everywhere in every subsector, political, social, economic. But why it is very, very obvious for people to notice is that security is very, very key for any meaningful development. Without security, there won't be any development. And without development, there won't be security. So the question is, what are we as citizens doing? We need to awaken our consciousness to put all those measures in place. People are coming into the church, they are coming into mosque, because from the reports, it's not just going to end like this. There may likely be further attacks.
Okay.
So we must wake up, get our people mobilized to confront this, because you see, security problem is local. It also requires local solutions. I tell you, like the governor of Ondo State, I think he's most visible in terms of operation of Moteku. At this time too, they need to synergize, possibly have a central control, so that if people are living of their Moteku, so that if they are living Ondo, for instance, there was an attack in Kogi State.
Yes. Possibly
the same people came to.
And it's like there was a report that they ordered that they should leave the forest. I think that is coming from the southeast.
Yes. Yes. And you know, it's a major problem, because there seem now to be a handshake, a coordination between the foreign, the ISIS, the Boko Haram, and the bandits. And we are going into election. So we need to mobilize our people.
Exactly.
We need to mobilize our people. We cannot leave the security of our people in government's hand, even though government has a major role to play. I admit that government has a major role to play. But
how do you mobilize people that cannot be armed? Remember that, see, a lot of persons reported that they had applied to get a license, and they tell them no more license.
Well, we don't know.
So do you fight people carrying machetes, carrying sophisticated weapons?
I'm talking of immediate solutions now.
Okay.
I'm talking of immediate solutions. How do we contain this issue that is coming up? Amotekun, for instance.
Yes.
You know, they are armed, or they use pump actions. And
okay.
But these are people who are coming with prohibited firearms, as sophisticated as the military. So what we do this time is to awaken the consciousness of the people. When people are coming in the churches, you should know people who are, even though they are strangers, they should be people who will be asking questions. Who are you? Because I think they also have to, the police and the SSS have to conduct investigation. Because one question I've been asking that has not been answered. Did these people come in vehicles?
That's what I was saying. They entered into Owo.
Did they come in vehicles?
Owo is not just a
and
small place.
If they came in vehicles, how did they escape without
nobody,
no single arrest
exactly
made? And you cannot also blame the police, because you go to some divisions, for instance, you have one patrol vehicle, and that patrol vehicle, there's no fuel. So how do we contain this situation?
No, but when we have a problem with insecurity, is it not right that government should concentrate more on saving the life? That's what the Constitution is saying. The primary purpose of government is to secure,
yes, exactly.
is to secure the lives of Nigerians.
Yes.
But that's not happening, because I keep that question you have asked. Overnight, I kept asking. So these people entered into a Catholic church. The Catholic church is not in a forest. It's not in the farm. And there are people around. Nobody saw them.
And again, the question again should be, why Catholic church? You know, you have Catholic churches
around
everywhere. So when the terrorists, for instance, they need publicity.
Okay.
And they know that if they attack the Catholic Church, because of
it will go
viral. Everybody will be concerned that the Catholic Church. So there are churches that have been attacked previously, but it doesn't get this kind of attention. You know, the Holy Father, the Pope, has also condemned it. And once it gets to the Catholic Church, it attracts a lot of attention.
Now, how safe is a Nigerian in this country? Because nobody knows when, where, and how they will come. If they can just go on a day of service and then enter into during the service, and they said a couple that came for Thanksgiving, they were also in that attack. They were killed.
Yeah, I think that has been refuted.
They denied it. Okay.
I saw a video when the woman was saying that
she's alive.
That she's alive. You know, social media again.
Yes.
Are also even propelling these people, giving them the fuel, which the petrol, we wish to spread those. So they create a lot of misinformation and try to deceive the people. You know. So I think on our part, the social media should also play down on some of these things, because if they don't, they seem to be achieving their aim of publicity. Getting publicity. So we should be very, very careful.
But see, Mr. Jeffo, the people have no means to share their stories. They cannot take what has happened to the conventional media because of NBC charges and all that. Because NBC will not want you to put such videos on air.
Yes.
And now they resort to the social media. There are some social medias you can't even upload them. When you do that, they block you, like the Twitter now, as well as the Facebook. There's particular videos.
No, I'm talking about bloggers now.
Bloggers. If they don't do
who spread fake.
I understand. Fake news, I don't support. But if they don't give out their story somehow into the media, then you just hear people dying and nobody will hear about it.
No.
It happens in some communities in the north.
I'm not saying it should be played down. People should not be fed with information. It's very critical that they know what is happening.
Yes.
But fake information, like another video too that I watched, where they say one of the people who had been arrested, he was overpowered.
That video is fake.
Nigeria.
It's not in Nigeria. Even when I listen to it, they don't speak in our language.
But when you do this, the terrorists will be happy that they are being promoted, and gullible Nigerians will believe it and continue to spread it. So before we post, we should verify and ask questions. It's one of the things that also help to reduce their action. So like I was saying, what we are doing is immediate action. What do we do to place measures? There should be synergy between the police and the other security agencies, because ordinarily police is the primary responsibility of trying to secure their primary responsibility
the civic space
is internal security.
Yes.
And so we must cooperate with the police, and the police should also come out to educate the people on security consciousness and awareness, on measures we should ask questions. Where are you from? These people don't operate from the space.
Yeah.
They operate within, some of them are known. And I can tell you that some of these people operating there, they don't operate in isolation. They have local collaborators.
That is where I'm going to.
So they have local collaborators. So we should be able to break that link between the local collaborators and these terrorist
But you know, you mentioned Amotekun, and I begin to wonder. Amotekun in Owo, Amotekun in Ondo State, Amotekun across some communities in the southwest. So how come they were not privy to this, or they didn't guard themselves?
No. It's not personal guarding. You see, they are sleeps. They always sleep.
Sleeps, yes.
They always sleeps. In operations like that. Even though they are aware that these people are going to operate, they might not know the exact
place. Yeah.
And this is the time too for police. It will be inconveniencing for now to place roadblocks. But I'm not talking of roadblocks of collecting money. And the IG should also, at this critical time, we are going to election, look at ways of withdrawing his men who are deployed to VIPs. They don't care.
Okay.
The VIPs don't care. All those people should be withdrawn and used to beef up
security in the localities.
Except he doesn't have the political will. I'm saying this in out of patriotic zeal and the need to maintain internal security for Nigerians, because Nigerians must be protected. It's very critical.
All right. Thank you so much. We'll be speaking with the former director of the DSS, and Mike Ejiofor has been able to tell us that there were early signs that this would happen, because another former DSS chief also raised the alarm that they've entered into the southwest, but nobody took that as to their head. Let me use that language, so that they can do something fast. But we should, as Nigerians, know that when you see something, say something. When you see a stranger in your community, raise the alarm. Because this is a time for us all to be security conscious. We don't just wait for government. When you see a face you don't understand, then if you are a child, go to your parents. If you don't know that person, seek elders' counsel that somebody entered this community and we need to ask questions. It's very important. Well, I'd like to say thank you.